Hi, friends. In our time together today, I want us to dig in together into a question that a number of you have asked, and I've been wondering myself. And the question is, what do I need to do to play the cover in public of a copywritten song? We're going to dive into that some today. Now, I know that some of you do play in public and have played covers of copywritten songs in public. I so want to hear your experience. Don't throw yourself under the bus, but please tell us what you do. You see, there is the law, and then there's what really happens for one individual playing the cover of a tune in a small pub or at a park. I don't know. So anyway, let's dive into that some. First, I want you to know that there are, if you don't, in case you don't know, there are different types of music. There's music that is called music in the public domain. That means you could play that music. Nobody holds copyright on it. And you're not going to get it yourself. You could play whatever you want, wherever you want, if it's in the public domain. Virtually all traditional Irish music, all folk music, virtually all older music, virtually all classical music is public domain. You can play whatever you want, wherever you want, but check it out first. You see, a copyright is a license given to any creation that somebody has made, be it art, photos, graphics, music, that the author wants their work protected, so they're actually getting paid for what they made, and the onus is often on them to claim a copyright foul, though they may have an agency they've hired to do that. And it's pretty easy. You could just go to any search engine and look up, I want to play this particular song. Is this song still under copyright protection? Or you could search, is X such and such a song in the public domain? And if it's in the public domain, play what you want. If it's under copyright protection and you're going to play it in public, you've got a couple of things you could do. The first is you could ask the owner of the copyright for permission. I'm going down to my local pub and I'd like to play a cover of your tune. Can I do that? And if they give you written permission, then take that with you. Anyway, we need to put pause here because this actually, to muddy the waters further, this varies country to country as to whether someone actually has copyright permission. And that's why I say you should look it up. In Ireland, for example, if you compose some music, that music is automatically copyright protected, and that copyright protection lasts the lifetime of the author plus 70 years. But it's still on the author to claim copyright foul. Here in the US, if I were to write a tune, for example, I would have to request copyright protection. I would have to submit forms to have my tune registered, and then I'd receive copyright on that. Other countries differ still. So the waters are muddy. The issue is not sitting around the house playing the cover of a tune with family and friends. The issue is playing it in a public venue, particularly and especially if you're charging admission. That's where the law gets pretty hard and strict. If you're sitting in a pub playing a cover and you've got a tip jar, the law may not care about you as much. And that's why I say, those of you with real world experience, please chime in, because in the real world, a lot of people just don't care. But I'm never going to tell you should ignore the law. Don't do that. What's important is check and see if there's a copyright. Now, it is possible for you to receive copyright permission to play a tune that is under copyright. You could play it in public. You might get written permission. You might have to pay a single-use fee. It's also possible for you to purchase a license. This is country to country again, where you could play what you want, where you want, when you want, and then report what you played, and then the fee that you paid gets paid out in royalties to the maker. But it's also possible, to muddy the waters further, that the venue has a license. So if you want to play the cover of some music in a pub, for example, ask the pub, hey, what do you all do for musicians who come in and want to play the cover of some popular tunes? And the pub might say, well, we have a blanket license for our venue. And if they have a blanket license for the venue, then that means do what you want. They don't have a blanket license for the venue. You have some choices to make. At church, for example, we have purchased an annual license, and we purchase it every year, that permits us to play whatever worship music we want in our setting. We play old stuff, we play new stuff, and we report what's been played, and royalties are paid out from the agency from whom we purchased the license. And it's possible the venue or the pub that you want to go play at has just such a license. Just ask them and see. Another thing you could do is you could go and meet some of the musicians who play and that are playing covers and say, how do you guys handle this? Does this pub have a cover license? Have you purchased one yourself? Be careful, because if you don't know them, they're gonna be very shy around you because they might be worried you're gonna turn them in. But if you can gain their trust, they'll tell you, oh yeah, the venue covers that. So if I'm gonna play at a pub, I'm gonna have a conversation with them. It's like, I'm just going to play traditional stuff. And the only stuff I'm playing is in the public domain. You okay with that? And they'll probably say, that's all we want you to do anyway. Or I might say, I'm going to throw in a cover or two. Is that allowed here? So just ask the question, and go with whatever answer they say. And again, real world, I know for a fact from my conversations that a lot of people don't care. I'm not recommending you skirt the law, because I, for one, don't want to be the person that somebody decides to make an example of. I'm never charging admission. I'm not charging for anything. And so I'm not likely to fall foul of the law in public. Now, YouTube is a whole different kettle of fish, because it is a public venue, and it is possible that YouTube will pay you for your videos. So, you got to be really careful there. We're not going down that road today. This is I'm talking to the pub. Can I come and play music here? Or I'm talking to a music venue. Can I come and play music here? So that's what we're sticking to. For me personally, I will ask the question. And if the pub says, well, we don't have a license here, that's on you, buddy. I'm only going to play public domain stuff. If they say, well, we've got a license, you're covered to do whatever you want, I'll throw some covers in. So again, those of you with experience here, all of our friends want to hear from you. Please chime in and let us know what your real world experience is. My real world experience is, honestly, I have played publicly. I have played all kinds of tunes publicly. I've done so under two conditions. One, when I was playing under the umbrella of a license. Or two, I was playing stuff in the public domain and it didn't matter. And the only time I was ever paid to play was when I was paid to play something public domain. I don't think a tip jar counts as being paid. Anyway, friends, I hope that helps. If you need more clarification, because again, the waters are so stinking muddy, please ask more clarifying questions in the comments. If you have real knowledge and experience of playing copywritten stuff in a public venue, please, I need you, for the sake of our community, to add your comments. So anyway, my friends, I hope this is helpful. Because I know some of you are going to play in public, and I know some of you already do. So until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling, my friends.